Okay, I'm back. Got another product review for you sent to me by Zulisi Optics. Appreciate you guys sending out this product right here. What we have here is the Otter. This is the Otter right here, green dot optic right here. And this is for the RMSc 507K. 507K RMSc. So this is not an RMR if someone's watching. They do sell RMR optics. So when you go to their website, pick an optic you want, make sure you get the right footprint for the pistol that you're going to be mounting it on. This is for the RMSc slash 507K footprint. All right. So I'm really impressed with Zulusi. I don't really care what anyone says. I have Holosons, I have Sealy, Siley, I have you know, I have several different dots. O Hunt, you know, I got UUG, I got tons of red dots. And I have to say, off top, this is probably the best red dot company on the market right now. I'm not just saying it because they sent it to me. I'm saying it because I'm looking at the quality, the materials, the durability. I will be doing a torture test on one of the optics they sent me. And I've seen some torture tests on their optics, and they came out looking really good. So very high quality company, and I will have a description, a link for a discount, 15% discount code in the description, and I'll put a link to their store. You can find them on Amazon also. So let's get into it. Again, I'm always impressed with their packaging. Great little box. Okay, nice box, nice packaging. There's their website. You can find them, zulisioptics.com. Like I said, they are on Amazon also. And like they always do, let you know what the window size is, 3 MOA dot. Okay. And when you order a dot, when it comes to your house, check back here, make sure you got the right one. If it was red, it'll be a little black circle there, but this is green, so it's got a black circle there. That's what they do. This does have shake awake, and it will deactivate after 4 minutes of no movement. When it's in elevation, CR1632 battery, water resistant, not waterproof. Yeah, Zulisi Optics, man, great little company. Very impressed with their company. Customer service is awesome. Appreciate the people over there and the content creating department sending stuff out to me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into the optic real quick. All right, so in the box, like always, there's a user manual, operator's manual, whatever you want to call it. This is for the Otter RMSc 507K footprint. I suggest always read these user manuals so you can know what's going on. Very self-explanatory. They walk you right through it, and you can figure out the best way to go about mounting it, any kind of hiccups. And I will point one thing out real quickly while we're here. This one, the battery is on the side, and there's a little bitty screw you can see that you have to unscrew with the tool they send you to open that compartment up, and you kind of pry it open with the flathead in and kind of poke that thing out. It's not spring loaded, so you have to kind of pry it open. Not much pressure, but just letting you know that's how you're going to take that battery out. So always read your operator manual, okay? So we got that, and they always send these little neat cards. I think are very helpful, letting you see how the emitter technology works in certain light conditions. Okay, so check that out, and they show you how to do the windage and elevation on the back, which direction you're going. All right, definitely always read that, and some information on how to zero with yardage and all that kind of stuff, what you should be looking at, what you should see, 5, 10, and 25 yard zeros. All right, so always read these things they put in there. Very helpful. And of course, nice cloth. And I want to say something about this cloth. I know it's simple, and someone say, "Oh, what are you going to go over cloth?" And I got to go over because I bought many optics. They usually give you a little square little patch, literally, like maybe a 2 by 2 inch patch. Look at the cloth they give you. That is a nice size cloth. Let me see. I think that's like 4 by. Let me see real quick. To me, I like that because I got long fingers, so I can get inside the window and clean it really good. But when they send those small ones, they get dirty really fast, and then they're not as big, so you can't get much of material out of it. So I'm just gonna see how big this thing is. I'll try to do it right here. Let me see if I can do it right here so I can lay it flat. Yeah. So This cloth is 5 inches wide, a little under 5, about 4 3/4 inches. 4 3/4 inches. That's pretty good, man, for a cleaning cloth. So just something to think about. I just had to point that out. I know some probably do not care, but I like stuff like that. That's looking out for the consumer, not thinking about themselves, just throwing a little cheap 2 by 2 inch cloth in there and go, oh, no one's going to use it. No, there's people who actually use these cloths. They throw them in their range bags and they keep them nearby. And I'm one of those people that do that. So now let's get into now. Here's the part that I think that needs to be talked about. Uh, I think this company, I can't speak for all companies, but I know the higher end companies, I got a Optic, I ain't gonna say no names, but they sent one set of screws. Look how many screws they send you. Let's go over this real quick. I mean, this is awesome. And what they do also, not only do they send you several screws for different pistol mounts, but they give you an extra screw. See, 3. See, 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws. That's just that's just one pack. That's just one pack. That's one pack of screws. Look at the other pack. And I just think that's awesome. I think some other companies, not going to say any names, they need to step their game up and start giving more screws. 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws. They always give you a spare in case you lose one or you break one or strip one out. 3 screws. So I think just that alone, with the price point they have and the quality of the Optic, the materials they use, giving you a nice cleaning cloth, extra set of screws, a spare screw for each size screw. They're thinking about the consumer. And they've obviously done their research, and they obviously know that other companies don't do this. And so they're doing it. And I like when companies recognize a weak spot in other companies, that they're in the same market, competitive market they're in, and they recognize like, oh, wait a minute, they only give one set of screws and they don't give a spare. So let's double down and give a spare screw and several other screws that can fit all the pistols that's pretty much on the market. So with that alone, I think that's just an awesome thing about Zulicy. Okay. All right. And here's the other thing. So that battery compartment, that little tiny screw, they thought about you again and sent you another spare backup one. See? Battery holder screw. So they just think, man, they know us as gun people. They know we drop stuff. Sometimes we work in areas that ain't really conducive and stuff like that, and we lose screws and they're hard to find. They're really small, and they just kind of think about you a little bit, you know. Kind of gotta like that, man. And then we got this is the little tool to do your windage and elevation and take the battery compartment out. And I like this tool because it's a nice, big, and robust. Got the Zulicy logo and got these textured little stipplings on there for you, so you have something to grab on and get a little grip on, even though you shouldn't be over torquing. You got a flathead screwdriver right there, and you got a torque screw at the end right here. This is for doing your windage and elevation and stuff like that. And you have it's kind of like a little flathead thing right here. And this is the one that you want to take and pry open that battery compartment when you take the screw out. So they give you that. I like that tool. Nice, robust tool. Easy to find. Won't lose that. Okay, and let's keep it moving. Now let's get to the Optic. I took the liberty to put the battery in because it was, you got to do that screw thing. But the battery will come in a little bitty pouch like this, a little plastic baggie like that. All right, so here's the Optic, and it comes with a cover. I love Zulicy sending covers. Another good point that they do, a lot of companies don't do that, send you the covers. They will actually make you buy an Optic, and then on the same website, they'll sell you an Optic cover. And I just think that's just gouging and being greedy. So Zulicy just puts you one in there anyway. And it has a little hoop right there, so you can put a lanyard or a piece of string, something tied to something so you don't lose it. So that's pretty cool. And I just like that they don't dip in your pockets and charge you for a piece of plastic to cover their Optic. They give it to you. So pretty cool, man. Shout out to Zulicy. Great company. All right, so let's get into the Optic. And here's the Optic right here. This is the Otter. And there's your battery compartment right there, and there's that little screw I was telling you about. Windage and elevation on the top right there. On the side. There's where your two screws go at. There's your brightness control. Up and down, brightness control. Yeah, very nice. And here's the dot right here. I like how they put those little built-in sights kind of like on the back right there, just for like a little semi-co-witness or something like that. Really crisp window. Nice bright dot. And I got that kind of low. I can turn it up so if you want to see it. But then it gets kind of blurred out though. So I like it down low when I'm actually on the firearm. Just a little dot's all you need. So that's a really nice dot, crisp window. Awesome little optic right here. And this will fit good on the small little sub micro compact, you know, 43X, something like that. Yeah, this is a nice little dot right here. Let me see if I can find that dot again. It's always hard doing this through a camera. There we go. So yeah, for the RMSc footprint, I will take a look at Zulicy, man. I have a 15% discount code in my in the description. You can go to zulicy.com or you can go to Amazon. Looks really nice. The only thing I would say moving forward to elevate them a little bit more with the optics, go ahead and put a solar panel on top. Not a game breaker, not a you know, it's not a deal breaker, but it's just another little piece of technology. Could possibly drive the price up, so I understand why they don't do it. But other than that, this is a great little optic right here. Zulicy, the Otter. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate everybody stopping by watching the video. I'll have a link for the discount code in the description. And like I said, shout out to Zulicy. Thanks for watching.